Verizon, the next gen network, deserves the next gen network. Save up to $300 on select phones at Verizon.com. Steam powered. All of your favorite games online at steampowered.com. Call of Duty Ultimate Infinite Warfare available November 4th. Only from Activision. It's virtual reality, not reality, silly. That's right, it's all fake. Pretend, boom, 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 doom. $6,000 of receipts. Video games. It's the only thing we're thinking about. Call of Duty, Doom, Final Fantasy, etc. This is Geico here. Pink shorts, trying to find a live democracy. Republic, both exposed and approved. You vote. Thank you for writing MRAIL. They knew. Safety video. This is Auditorium Station. Next station, Seneca, Nor, Nation of Indians Reservation. Club with us on Sundays on Chippewa. Auditorium Esebus iPhone. We've had the interview already. Thank you for writing. Is that the detective? Thank you for writing. We're in an hour. We've had this conversation before. I'm sure we know who he is. We're in an hour. Who should they in an hour? We don't know. Let's talk to the White House, see who they know who's in an hour.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Ents.
Happy Halloween.
In an hour.
Hope you had an opportunity over the weekend to
thank you for writing
spend
MRAIL.
a little time celebrating or marking the occasion, however you choose to
That's
do
right,
so.
Mark. Pink shorts is in front of a live democracy. Restitution of all state and
Josh, you
federal
want to start?
funds is applicable to a volunteer status. 18 U.S.C. 35. What's in your wallet?
Notify Congress for the public about the new look at some of these emails.
FBI with us today.
Bipartisan combination of that.
Today's open door policy.
Justice
FBI,
Department
open the
is
door.
Pretty openly saying they advised him that
Be
was
real.
not appropriate. Eric Holder says that was the wrong decision.
Be
Attorney
real.
Generals of both
Open the
parties.
door.
Without getting into the content of
Open the door.
investigations, I know you can't discuss. Does the president feel it was
Be honest.
appropriate for Comey
FBI, be
to
honest.
make that
Open the
public
door.
just days before the election?
Be real.
Josh, I anticipate this where you wanted to start. I
Taking
appreciate
back
you
to
noting,
lovers got
that
me. Checking Facebook
over the
status.
nearly 2 years now that I've been answering questions about Secretary Clinton's email
No
system,
subject in your
that I've
inbox.
made clear
Screaming
that
yes.
the White House is going to be scrupulous
FBI, open the
about
door.
avoiding
Please.
even the appearance of political interference in prosecutorial
And
or
prosecute.
investigative decisions.
Decisions.
And that is a posture that
Open the
I
door.
won't change, and is a posture that speaks to
This.
the kind of institutional responsibilities that are investigated,
Capitol building,
that are,
open the
that are
door,
vested
please.
here in the White House, which is preserving
Today
the
is November
independence and
2nd,
integrity of
2016.
independent
Open the door.
investigations conducted by the Department of Justice. Now, you raised a question
It
about
does.
some of the decisions that have been made
Same
to communicate
blueprint.
information about those investigations.
Same
to the public.
blueprint. Same
And what's
Simonelli.
true is, Josh, is that I don't have any independent
It's the same
knowledge
Simonelli
of how those
LP.
decisions were made.
How
I
did you
don't
know
what
that?
factors were considered,
Considered?
dating all the way back to July.
I don't know. I
when
don't know.
Director Comey
Director Comey has a
announced the
blueprint
results of the investigation and spoke at
of
length
Drucker and
to the
Falk.
public about his decision.
How
not
does
to
the
prosecute
FBI have a
Secretary
blueprint of Drucker and
Included in
Falk?
that news conference were some
Really?
rather harsh
Rather harsh
condemnations
combination
of
of
the way that Secretary
the
Clinton
way
handled that situation.
situation. We don't know.
Director Comey also testified before Congress
Testified before
at
Congress.
some length on camera under oath
FBI, open the door, please.
about the investigation.
About the investigation.
And some of that testimony provided
some of that testimony,
fodder to Secretary Clinton's critics.
Secretary Clinton.
Over the course of the
Over
fall,
the course.
we've seen the FBI move forward in providing
In Raleigh,
other investigative
other
information,
investigators.
302 forms, and
302
other
forms.
documents,
We don't know. I don't know.
to Congress.
We can't confirm that with you. It's
The
vague.
fact is, my lack of independent knowledge about
Vague
that decision-making
details. Just open the
prevents
door,
me
FBI.
from
Open the
weighing
door.
in. So I anticipate
Today's
that
show sponsored by
this is not the only
Verizon.
question I'm going to get asked
Open the
about this
door
today,
to
but
the next gen
I'll
network,
neither
FBI.
defend
Deserves
nor
the next gen
criticize,
network.
what Director Comey
Need a device that everybody's
has
talking about?
decided
Visit
communicate to the
Verizon.com
public about this
featuring
investigation.
Pixel Phone by Google. Only on
What I might
Verizon.
say is
Say.
that the Department of Justice
Department of Justice
in our democracy
in our democracy
is given expansive authority to
is
conduct investigations.
farrowing
The Department of Justice
the King Tut.
is given subpoena power.
Our
They're
Supreme
allowed
Court
to compel
affects
witnesses
King
to
Tut's
testify.
position.
They
Yeah,
are
where's
able to
King Tut?
collect
We haven't talked
evidence
to him in a few
that's
days.
not readily available necessarily. They're
Where's
even
King
allowed to
Pharaoh?
impanel a grand jury.
Judge Pharaoh.
Those are substantial authorities.
Heaven. Objective.
It's important in the mind of the
It's
president
important to
that
stay
those
out of the
authorities
court
are
process
tempered by an adherence to long-standing
because it might
tradition
impeach
and practice and
the
norms
incumbent.
that limit
That limits
public discussion
the objective of having King Tut's position
of facts that are
Of
collected in the
facts.
context of those investigations.
of investigations.
And there are a variety of good reasons for that.
There's a variety of
And
variants.
The president believes that it's important
It's important to get Lou
for
Gehrig's
those norms
disease.
and traditions and
Who was
guidelines
Lou
to be
Gehrig?
followed.
Hello, Lou Gehrig. Who are you?
Were they in this case?
Don't name it,
Well, again,
Susan.
I think you'd have to. I know that there's
Susan
been a lot
Piccolo
of discussion about
Coleman.
this. And by discussion, I mean
Good
a lot
morning,
of public
Susan
reporting
Piccolo
based
Coleman.
on
Don't
a multitude of anonymous sources.
don't
at the
Susan
Department of
Piccolo
Justice.
Coleman. Hello.
The president believes that there are a set of significant
There are
institutional
variants
responsibilities
of the CDC.
that officials at the
That
Department of
officials,
Justice and the FBI must
FBI
fulfill.
must open the
The
door.
good news is the president believes
The
that Director
president
Comey is a
believes
man of integrity.
A man of
He's a
integrity,
man of principle.
a man of
And
principle.
he's a man of good character.
Patricia
That
Moss.
presumably is the reason that President Bush
My fee
chose him to
starts at
serve in a senior position in the
$2,500
Bush administration's
to
Department of Justice.
represent you.
These same character traits are what
Yeah,
led
Patricia needs
a strong majority of
$2,500
Democratic and Republican
help
senators
us
to confirm him to this job.
with
These
the
are
Bank of
traits that led the
Canada,
president to
the Royal Bank of
select him to
Canada,
be the director of the FBI.
be the director of
And
the FBI.
These are tough questions.
These are tough questions.
And so it's a
So
it's a good thing that he's a man of integrity.
it's a good thing that
and character to take them on.
we're settling.
You'll concede, I'm sure, that in the absence of any additional information about this, voters are left to essentially.
Hello, Patricia Moss. My fee starts at $2,500.
In this, what the FBI might be
$2,500.
looking at or not looking at.
Women's
Just for the
Services,
election. So the
2,500
president,
Main Street,
the
Rodney.
interest of people
Burger King,
to
hello.
not rely on
Thank you for writing them
resources
round.
and the like, see the FBI.
Yeah, and
release
thank
more
Oprah
information
Winfrey
that Comey did in that
on the
brief
train,
letter
and then thank
prior to
Oprah
Election Day
Winfrey
about what's going on.
for 2010
Josh, in the same way
interview.
that I'll neither criticize nor defend
We've had the
Director Comey's decisions
interview
about what to make public
and the
in the
what?
context of this investigation.
We've
That's
had the
because
interview
I
about
just
the
don't
book
have independent knowledge of the
of
decisions that are made
the decisions that are made
to release this information.
to release this information.
There are other people that have the luxury of being
There are
able to spend
other
time, writing op-eds or
Gerards
serving as
out there.
anonymous
There's other
sources
ones.
for
There's other
voters
ones.
to weigh in with their own
Weigh
view.
in.
But when I'm standing
But
here
when I'm
representing
standing
the
here-
institution of the presidency,
Presidency?
I don't have that luxury.
I don't believe it.
And so, in the same way that I'll
I just
neither
don't believe it.
defend nor criticize.
I don't believe
Comey's
Elam
decisions
Church
with
either.
regard
Elam
to what to make public in
Ministries.
the context of this investigation. I don't have any
I
recommendations.
don't have any
to
recommendations.
him either with regard to what
Stop and
information
frisk.
should be
I don't
communicated
believe
to the
it.
public.
In the past, including after.
Thank you, Josh and Josh. You got it.
Announced that
Today's show
it
sponsored
was
by
not proceeding with
Verizon, introducing
recommendation
Steam
to bring
Pass.
charges in this case.
Watch the best live
Douglas
sports
did
hassle-free
defend
on the
Comey
Go
and
90 app,
defended him a
only on
number of times. So,
Verizon, Google Play, and
is that a
Apple
substantive
Store.
shift in the language you're using today is that you won't
I don't
defend
believe him either.
or criticize him.
Stop and
The fact
frisk.
that you're not defending him, is that some signal to us that
You don't got the
there
homicide
is,
department then,
reason for the White House to maintain some additional distance here?
and McDougal
I
department.
think, Josh, what I have observed.
I
in the
think what I have
past is
observed,
that Director Comey is
Director
a man of
Comey,
integrity. He's a man of
integrity.
principle. He's a man.
He's
who
a man
is well
of
regarded by senior officials in both parties.
alternative
He's somebody who served in a
lifestyles
senior position in the Bush administration.
in the Bush
And he's
administration.
somebody who got strong bipartisan
Someone who's
support
that young
when
should
his
should
nomination
be
to
there.
be the director of the FBI was
Director of the
considered by the United
FBI.
States Senate.
Senate.
So
So
all those things are true.
all
They
those
speak
things are a
to
country of
his, good character.
our
And
countryside
The president's assessment
Yeah,
of
man,
his
country.
integrity and his character has not changed.
has not changed.
For example,
For example,
the president doesn't believe
the president
that
doesn't
Director
believe
Comey
a
is intentionally
vehicle.
trying to influence the outcome of an election. The president doesn't
How do you
believe
spell
that he's
vehicle?
secretly strategizing to benefit
Examples in there.
one candidate or one
It's
political
our
party.
example of a
He's in a tough
democracy.
spot.
The tough
And
spot.
He's the one who
He's
will
the
be in
one
a position to
to
defend
defend
his actions
actions
in the face of significant
in
criticism
the face
from
of
a
Elam
variety of legal experts, including
and Family
individuals
Dollar
who served in senior Department of Justice positions
positions
in administrations that were led by presidents in both parties.
in an unmarked car.
But that kind of.
Yeah, it's Family Dollar and it's
But I'm just not going to be in a position
Mile
to,
Elams.
frankly, either defend or criticize the decisions that
We're
he's made
doing
with
something
regard to what
What
to
could that be,
communicate to the
Putin?
public. That is separate, Josh,
That is
from
separate.
the kind of
The kind
prosecutorial
of
and investigative decisions that are made by
investigative
the FBI and the
decisions.
Department of Justice.
Department of Justice.
That is their institutional
That is the
responsibility to
Toshiba
make
for
those decisions
378.
about
clearance.
investigations and prosecutions
Mitt Romney
independent of any sort of
Staples.
political interference, and I will defend their right
I
to
will
do that.
defend their right.
In fact, it's their responsibility.
It's their
This
responsibility
decision
to
is
open the door.
concerning at all to the White House
Thank you,
that
FBI's
the
open door
Justice
policy
Department,
at Green
and the
Street.
FBI
This is Pink
is
Short's Civil
granting each
Code
other
Contract
some
1622.
form of
Dismiss the
public
use
or
of land zoning loss
semi-public
prevention.
fashion.
Seminary
Obviously,
LP of Electoral College Street,
very closely
Ohio,
together
Red Bay Hill,
to see,
Tim Toyo Tom S.
um,
Value One,
is
and
there an
communicating
issue
with
there
your
that needs
patents
to be
via my client's
resolved so that
medulla.
the
Primary
Justice Department
cortex,
is
primary visual,
accusing
primary
the FBI
auditory,
of
articulate
not following
fasciculus,
proper procedures?
hippocampus,
Well,
frontal
Josh,
bracket,
you've heard me
English
discuss
about the right
the
hemisphere
president's view
of the
Director
brain.
Comey's
Brian
integrity and
Brantley
character.
is an agreement
Let me
of
just tell you
acceptance
that
of
the
identical evidence
president's
to
got a lot
discretion.
of confidence in the Attorney General of the United
Of
States.
all
Loretta
content
Lynch,
obtained will be used for Pink
to run that
Shorts
department.
and Merriweather
And she is
businesses,
somebody who spent
not limited.
decades as a career prosecutor. She's not new to any of this.
As a career attorney, you got it.
A lot of that work
And as a
was done when
journalist
she
for the
was
new
the,
All Television
head
Network,
of the
our
Eastern District
experience
of New
comes
York, U.S.
from
Attorney for the Eastern District
the
of New York.
Buffalo News,
That is
Warren Buffett, Warren
position
Washington,
where
Evolve
these
Magazine,
kinds of decisions are
Chuck and
closely
Bill Bannis,
scrutinized
the Produce
uh,
Department,
by the media that's
Reproductive
based in the
Department,
largest city in our
McKinnis
country.
and Chris,
So
my
she's used to this
attorney
kind of pressure.
bankruptcy. Barry
And the president's
Sternberg.
got complete
That
confidence in her ability
is where our experience
to
comes from.
handle the situation
Handle our
responsibly
new
and
news
consistent
department.
with the institutional
Hello,
responsibilities
Principal. How
that
are
vested
you?
with the Department of Justice.
Make room for one more.
Question on a
Yeah, make room
topic
for
that I know is
us.
difficult to talk about
All
for
television.
another reason. The president's half-brother,
All
Barack Obama, has published
television. Make room.
a
One more seat
op-ed, I
for us.
suppose, in a New York newspaper, essentially
Scoot over,
airing a
baby.
list
Just
of
scoot over,
grievances
baby.
against the president, saying he's
Two-party
insufficiently
consent laws
supported his
required to
family
record
in
Josh Ernst, the President of the United States, or any government entity as the press pool, eavesdropping on a confidential communication with our IMEI, MAC address, NSA phone to Verizon, including their private conversation telephone. This is a news program.
That op-ed
That, without the consent of all parties to the conversation, Penal Code 632.
Josh, I have to admit that I have not seen the op-ed that you're referring to.
I agree. They're
I
talking
have
to
an official
themselves.
reaction
I
to
agree.
it. I'll
Josh and
follow up
Josh.
with you. I spoke to the president about the series of questions that you started the briefing with, but I did not. I had not read the op-ed, so I did not ask him.
Statutes and limitations don't apply. We've been in scandals since
Okay, Aisha.
Thanks. Going
the
back
embryo.
to the
Intrusion
FBI,
claims can also last for 2
you said
years.
that you
Code section
don't have enough, or the White House does not
335.1.
have enough independent information to either criticize.
Duty of
or,
confidentiality and breach of patient
come out with a
confidentiality
position
denied.
on
To
this
prevent a
letter.
critical
But then I
non-compliance,
guess what
you
would
can find
say
us.
to the American people if the White House doesn't have enough information to decide whether the letter was appropriate or not? Seemingly, the American people are then left with questions about what to believe. There are
Good
lots
morning,
of
media.
criticism
How are
right now
you?
from both sides, or lots of calls from both sides of the aisle asking Director Comey to release more information. Do you feel that the American people don't have a right to more information about this probe? I mean, they are going to the voting booths right now and next Tuesday.
Well, look, Aisha, this is an entirely legitimate question for you to ask.
This
I
is
think
an
these are the kinds
interview
of questions
made just
that
for us.
are being carefully considered at the Department of Justice right now. And given the
Jesse Javon, what are you talking about?
here at the White House, I just don't have a recommendation.
Mr.
to make.
Furman.
It's important for them to make these decisions consistent with their.
Open, you look like my Malibu.
Let me be more precise.
Miss Winfrey, you
It's
look like a
important for officials
Malibu.
at the Department of Justice and the FBI to make these decisions
4 doors,
consistent with their institutional
automatic
responsibilities.
transmission, power
As I
windows,
made
power
reference
seats,
to earlier,
CD
those
player,
officials at the
6
Department of
speaker
Justice and the
system,
FBI are given
climate
expansive
control,
authority and
intermittent
expansive
wipers.
powers to intrude on the privacy of private citizens.
Cruise control.
And that authority is
Cloth
tempered
seats.
by long-standing traditions,
ABS.
norms, and guidelines
Automatic brake system. CBS. King
that
Road.
largely avoid
Good Lord.
extensive public
She looks like
discussion
my
of
Malibu inside and
investigations.
out.
Let me give you an example that I think will
She does.
well,
She looked just like it, like the seats.
resonate with all of you
She
based on
took
your
away,
day-to-day
and
responsibilities here at the White House.
the carpet's black. You know,
It is not uncommon
it is.
for you, when you call the Department of Justice, asking them
Perhaps
to
change the
even
course
confirm that there's
of
an
our
investigation
lives.
ongoing, for
Perhaps
them to decline
change
to do that.
the course of our lives.
Typically, when you report about the fact that there's an ongoing
Perhaps
investigation,
heading
that's not
the
based on
course
official
of our
information
lives.
you've received from
Perhaps change the course
an
of our
official
lives.
at the Department of Justice. It's based on confirmation
Perhaps
you've received
change
from an
the
anonymous
course of our
official at the Department
lives.
of Justice who's not willing to speak publicly about the case because it'd be
Perhaps
improper for them to do
change
so.
the course of our lives. Perhaps
I think
heading
in a
the
way
surgery of our lives.
in a way that reflects the reality
Perhaps
that we all work in on a
change
day-to-day basis.
the
I think
course
that
of our
underscores the
lives.
sensitivity of discussing this information. Now,
Perhaps
another thing I think
change
that's important
the
to consider
days of
here
our
is there's a
lives
tendency
in
to say,
on a senior trip with Mr.
with regard to
Lewandowski
this letter that was
to
written on
Washington,
Friday, to say,
D.C.
well,
while the
Congress is
Capitol building
independent
is under
and they
construction.
have their own independent
And we're
oversight
eating at
responsibilities to exercise
where we saw the FBI
over the
every
Department of
morning.
Justice. Well, let me say a couple of things about that. The
McDougal,
first
why are we
is
eating there?
the kinds of
The
norms and
kind
traditions
of
that limit the public
meals that
disclosure of investigations
Lafayette and Buffalo Public Schools and the
don't
Buffalo
supersede
Teachers Federation,
the oversight
the
responsibilities
Buffalo
or requests
Teachers Federation provides.
that are submitted by members of
Why would
Congress.
the Teachers
And the
Federation
reason for that is simple.
want us to go to
Congress
Washington?
is indeed independent of the executive
In
branch,
South Carolina,
but they're
explain
far
themselves.
from impartial. Congress is made up of 535
South
politicians,
Carolina, this is your time to
Democrats
speak.
and Republicans. And we've already seen
The
just in the
Buffalo
last 72
Teacher
hours
Confederation
the kind of risk that's
senior
associated with
trips to Washington, D.C.
communicating to them
under construction.
sensitive information.
Sensitive
There's
information.
one senior Republican official
Simonelli
who's already
LP.
indicated, well, who had
Loss
previously
prevention.
endorsed the
How do we
Republican nominee
prevent
for
loss?
president, who let it
Constructing
slip that his
the
party was
Capitol
considering
building.
impeaching President Clinton
How
even
does the
before she's been
FBI
elected,
explain
if
the
she's elected.
Capitol building on Green Street?
That's, I think, is a pretty clear
That's
indication that
uncanny.
Congress is not
Very
at all impartial.
uncanny. Very.
And
And
that's why
that's
many
why.
of these norms, long-standing
that's why
norms,
he's wearing green.
that apply even
That
when we're
apply.
not talking about someone famous. And
Thank
even
you
when
for
we're not
writing
talking about
Emerald. He's
an
wearing
election
green.
being a week and a half away.
Hello, Gretchen. Thank you for tweeting.
That
Right
should
on
apply.
time.
And the president believes that these norms are
These
important
norms
and worth upholding.
are worth upholding.
The president believes these norms are worth upholding.
Verizon
It seems like in this
support.
case, Comey,
Nice
letters,
sunglasses.
or that's what
Let's see
people
how
are
we
saying,
can
that
save
these
you some
norms
time.
run uphill. We're talking
What's the
about an
reason
ongoing
for the visit
investigation because
to Washington?
a letter was sent. So I
SH.
guess I'm trying to parse out. So where does the White House
I don't
stand
know.
on
It's
that,
something
or
about
just as a general issue, having
in an hour,
ongoing
man.
investigation that is now
Bro,
being
ex-hourman.
discussed.
And look, this goes to the fact
Look,
that
we're in an
because
hour.
we have worked to
To
shield
we're
this
in a den.
investigation,
We talked
given
to
the
someone
politically sensitive
from
nature of it.
the Arden.
Well, frankly, even if it weren't politically
Well, frankly,
sensitive,
Chris
we would go to
McKinnis
great lengths.
is
We would
not
be
linked
scrupulous about
to a bankruptcy issue
insulating
in
an
California.
independent investigation from the
We don't want the
even
fusion.
the appearance of
We want the
political
Malibu.
interference.
Thank
So
you, Wes
I don't have
Kerr.
any independent knowledge of
Independent
the
knowledge.
investigation,
The
or the
investigation
kinds of decisions
or
that
kinds of decisions
led Director Comey to
led Director
take the steps
Comey.
that he did to communicate some of this
Perhaps
investigation,
the
some of the
change.
material relevant to this
Perhaps
investigation,
new
to
era.
Congress and to the public. So again,
We have a
I'm
hat
not in a position
company
to either
over the
defend
Fed
or
Reserve.
criticize that decision.
That decision.
That's something that officials at the Department of Justice and the FBI have to do.
Said that the FBI has some explosive information regarding Trump and Russian ties. And
If you had said,
basically, he's accusing.
if you had
FBI of
said,
a double standard, and not
if you had
releasing information
said,
like that,
without the
and
S,
he and other
if you had said, without the
lawmakers have
S.
called for the FBI to
These
release
are excerpts from a Mark Foreman and Oprah interview,
that
2007,
information.
August
So
8th,
that, are you
19.
concerned that now you
Thank you, Verizon,
you have more
for
kind
our
of
phone
accusations going around
account.
about FBI probes.
Look, as I mentioned before, the White House has not
The
been
White
briefed
House has not been briefed.
on the investigation that the
The
Department of Justice and the
investigation
FBI were conducting into
I conducted.
Secretary Clinton's email system.
This was recorded
The
on
White House has not
September
been
19th.
briefed on even the existence of any investigation
Alexander
into
Bry.
the activities or
The activities,
habits of
habits
Republican
of the LAPD.
These are all questions that should be directed
They
to
just
the
don't
Department
know
of Justice and
them.
to the FBI. Okay. Tolu.
Thanks, Josh. Going back to
Thank you, people versus
Senator Reid's
Orange
letter,
Juice.
basically
Tropicana.
accused
Hello.
the FBI director of potentially violating the Hatch Act, and you said that you believe that Director Comey is a man of integrity. In the letter that Senator Reid sent, he said that he once believed that Director Comey was a principled servant, and he now no longer believes that. So, what is your reaction to that letter? Do you agree with Senator Reid?
Hello, Miss
Questions
Winfrey.
about the
Leslie.
application of the Hatch Act should be directed to the Office of Special Counsel. This is an
I
independent
think-
agency that
I
is filled
think-
with attorneys and
I
investigators who, among their
I
responsibilities,
think,
are investigating potential violations of the
I
Hatch Act.
think,
But again, you'll have to talk to them
I
and
think-
confirm the existence of the investigation, let alone
Do you
learn more
think-
about what they have concluded.
do you think,
With regard to Director
you
Comey,
think-
as I said at the top,
do you
the president
think,
believes he's a man of integrity, he's a man of character, he's a man of principle,
I think with the,
and
I
he's got a
think
very
with
difficult
the,
job. And
I
those
think
character
with
traits
the-
that I just described will serve him well.
I think with
works through
the,
the difficult challenges that he
I think
faces over the
with
course of
the
his job.
faces. That's correct, Mr.
You said you spoke to
In
the president
faces.
earlier today. Could you describe
I
his
think
mood,
with
how
the-
he's taking the general
I
news?
think
Obviously,
with
there's a
the-
political side to this,
I
and,
think with
we
the-
saw
Today's show is sponsored by Doctor of
Secretary Clinton
Osteopathy,
reacted very strongly to this.
ear,
The
nose,
president
and
had
throat,
that same
ENT.
level of, sort of visceral reaction to how this is impacting
We make
the election.
faces feel better.
Well, totally with regard to the
Only
impact on the
from
election, I
Doctors
think
of
there's a lot of speculation out there in
Osteopathy.com.
terms of what potential impact
I
this could
think
have,
with the,
based on
I think with the,
public evidence that I've seen,
I
from
think with
polls and
the-
other analysis.
I think with the,
There hasn't been
I think with the,
a significant
I think with the
change in the race.
change of race.
There are probably some analysts who disagree
Change
with that.
of
Maybe
race.
they're right. I think what
Change of race.
those of you who have
I
covered
think
the president
with
for a
a-
while now know that the president is somebody who is
I think with
pretty
the,
even keel. He doesn't get too high or
I
too
think with the,
low. And he has a
yeah,
tendency
we've
to
got
focus
Melrose appeal. Thank you, Route
on
10,
responsibilities that
Melrose,
he has in front of him.
McMorrow.
And
Route 10, I was
the
11
president is,
with Gerard.
feels strongly,
10, 11. Thank you,
as you've heard him
Melrose,
say,
McMorrow. I think
about
with
supporting
the,
Secretary Clinton's campaign.
I think with
And
the,
over the course of
I think
next
with
week,
the,
the president
I think with
has
the.
put together a rather
These are
aggressive
excerpts from
travel
Mount
schedule
Furman.
to make
Interview
a
with
case to the
Oprah.
American public
Do you think?
in support of
Do
the
you
candidate he's
think-
endorsed.
Do you
That's what the
think,
president's
Doctor of
focused on, and that's,
Osteopathy? I think
I
with
would not
a.
anticipate a significant change
I think
to
with
the
a.
public pitch that President Obama will
I
make
think
in
with
support
a-
of Secretary Clinton's campaign.
I think with a.
Longstanding guidelines about that the FBI has about discussing
I think with a.
ongoing investigations. There are also longstanding
I
guidelines
think
about
with a.
taking actions that could be seen
I
as
think with a.
influencing an election so close to an election.
I think with a.
That's something that the president is concerned
Do
about.
you
That's something
think-
that the president
Do you think,
as many Democrats
Doctor of
do,
Osteopathy?
let's
Do you think?
undermine,
Do you think?
this, in this case.
Well, those kinds of guidelines
ELJ, hello.
I'm referring to the Department of Justice
ELJ.
and the FBI for how those guidelines
Department of Justice
are observed and enforced.
and EO Justice.
But
Joe,
I think
backwards.
the president is every bit
ELJ.
as concerned about the broader principle,
ELJ.
which is
ELJ. ELJ.
the Department of Justice
Department
is
of Justice and the
entrusted with
EOJ.
expansive responsibilities.
We're talking about.
And those responsibilities are
Renthal.
tempered with guidelines and traditions that limit the public
Exactly.
discussion of investigations. And the president believes that principle,
That
those
principle-
guidelines, are applicable even when there's not an
I
election
think
around
with
the
a.
corner. Even when
I think with a.
one individual who is affected by the investigation
I think with a.
is not a global figure.
It's not a global figure.
And the president believes it's important for everybody to be
No, let's
mindful
watch more of the interview here.
of those guidelines.
Only on pink shorts.
Okay, Ron.
So if he's insisting to the president that these norms
I think with a.
public discussion should be
I
limited,
think with
even when
a.
there's not an election around, he certainly
I
believes
think
that public
with
discussions
a.
and investigations should be limited when there is an
I
election.
think with a.
Is that
Hello,
fair?
Twitter. We love you. We love you. Catalog.
Well,
We
look,
love it.
let me just restate it to make sure that I understand your question.
We love all your catalogs.
So
Beautiful.
you're saying the
Wonderful.
president believes that there should be very limited discussion
I think
of
with a.
investigations
I think with a.
near an election.
The president believes
The
that our
president
democracy has
believes
been very well served
centuries
by officials
by
at the Department
officials,
of Justice and
Department
the
of
FBI
Justice and the
observing
EOJ,
long-standing traditions that limit public
which spells
discussion
Joe
of investigations,
backwards,
whether an election
whether or not I think with a.
How can he agree or
I
not
think they linked to his
criticize
head.
what Director Comey has done?
This is
It seems
anonymous. They're
unclear.
linked to his head.
It's a
We're
public
in an
discussion
hour.
of
We've got
an
the phone
investigation.
call.
You point out how
Goodbye.
we
Have a
can't
nice
get
day.
confirmation that an investigation is happening.
Okay, hang up the phone.
This seems like a
That's
very
right. Hang up the phone.
based on what you're saying
We're
about
in an
the
hour.
president's concerns about the broader principles, it seems that it would be very clear that
Well,
he,
who is Jartle? That's the other one. Who has their link?
Director Comey has done.
Well, it is clear what Director Comey
It
has
is clear.
done. What's not clear
What's not
is
clear?
what led to that
What
decision.
led to that?
And nobody at the White
and
House has insight
The White House has
into the
insight
decision
to
that
that
Director Comey made.
decision.
So you're saying there could be some mitigating factor based.
This
that
is
we don't know
anonymous
about.
currency.
And that would-
Irreconcilable
that would
differences.
essentially allow someone
It's
to
important
reach
that we
this
know our
broad
interviews.
principle of limited discussion, public discussion of
It's important that we know what 300
I
means.
am basically suggesting
300
that I'm not aware of
iPads.
any of the factors that went into
And Chrysler
Director
300
Comey's decision
at funerals.
to-
We have to understand that
send this letter to Congress on Friday.
on
I'm not aware of
Friday.
the factors that went into his decision
What's
to
on Friday? We don't
give a
understand.
public statement.
We
on
don't get
July
it.
5th, when he announced that he was not was not going to recommend
Recommend
the
and
prosecution of
reconcilable
Secretary Clinton.
differences.
I'm not aware of the factors.
We
that
are
went into his
aware of
decision
this
to testify
interview on
before
Oprah
Congress for
Winfrey.
several hours under oath.
September
in discussing
19th,
his investigation. I'm not aware
2010.
of what kind of factors
We've got to
influenced his
remember
decision
this.
to release
This is
Uh,
after the surgery.
the summaries of investigative interviews that were
After the
conducted
foot
by FBI officials in the
by
context of this
FBI
investigation.
and
At some
Pentagon
point, at some point,
cities.
just kind of break this all down to just common
We have a
sense.
right
I mean,
foot
people
shot
all over the country,
explaining this.
friends, family are talking
This
about
is
all this.
anonymous
How in any
currency.
way can this be good
And I'm
for
from
the
the
country at
community.
this point in time?
From.
Well, listen,
That's the suburbs.
what is important
What
is
is
that people
important
across
here?
the country
Across the country.
and former
And
administration
former
officials
Officials.
have more of a luxury
I think weather.
to be able to step back and
I think weather.
weigh in from the sidelines.
I
to
think
offer
weather.
up their own opinion based on their own experience, based
Based
on
on
their
your
own
interview. About the
training,
walk.
based on their own observation about
Based
the impact
on your
that this has
interview
on our
with the
political
walk.
process.
Who's
There's
walking on
nothing wrong
us.
with that. That is
There's
part
nothing
of the
wrong with that.
kind of debate that is
A debate.
critical to the success
I'm
of our
in an
democracy as well.
hour.
But what's important for the
I'm
person
in
that's
an
standing
hour.
behind the podium with the
Furman, I'm in an hour.
White House seal behind
HR.
me is to make sure that I'm observing
I'm
the
at an
institutional
hour.
responsibilities that I have and that everybody who works here has.
That's a
including the President
confession.
of the United States, which is that we're
NSA,
not
roll
going
back
to
the tape, please.
be in a position
NSA, roll
of
back the
defending
phone.
or criticizing
Criticizing
the decisions that
the
were made about the
decisions
director,
that were
by the
made
director of the FBI with regard to
with
maintaining
regard.
information from the
The
investigation.
FBI doesn't want to open the
You're
door.
saying so much that could be interpreted as critical of what he's done.
How does
You're
the
aware of that?
FBI
Well,
know
I'm
the
certainly
blueprint
giving voice to longstanding
of
guidelines
Simonelli,
that
Drucker, and
have
Fowle?
served our
How?
democracy well, that the president believes.
How
are
would they
working
know
well.
that?
And I recognize that those guidelines have been
And I
the basis for
recognize
other people to
that.
offer up their criticism of Director Comey.
How would they know
It's a
that?
free country; they're certainly allowed to do that. But from here,
Because
I'm
one of
not
the
taking a position
FBI
of,
building
of
houses,
criticizing Director
in
Comey
Spring
about
Lake.
those decisions,
really.
in part because
In
I don't
part
have any independent
because
knowledge of how those decisions were made.
those
That's
decisions
also
were
the reason,
made.
by the
It's
way,
also,
I'm not going to defend him on it.
I'm not going to defend them.
The Eric Holder op-ed letter.
I'm in an hour.
There's been a lot of
I
lot
think
of
with her.
opinions that have been shared in public over the last 48
I think
hours
with
or so.
her.
I know that. Well, look,
I think with her.
my point
Do you
is
think?
that I
Do you think?
know the president is aware of this issue.
Do
and he's,
you think Doctor of
read about many
Osteopathy,
of the opinions
Adele?
that have been expressed in the last 72 hours, but I don't know whether or not he saw that.
Do you
that
think
video.
Doctor of Osteopathy,
We're talking about Loretta Lynch.
Doctor of
She said something
Osteopathy
about how the president has confidence.
Doctor of
So on
osteopathy.
and so forth. But then when you were talking about
Doctor of
Director
osteopathy.
Comey, talked about how he's a man of integrity,
Doctor of
character,
osteopathy. What are we not
Are you
understanding
saying
here?
there something different? Does the president not
What are
have,
we not
does the
getting?
president still have confidence in Director Comey?
I'm not trying to send a signal here.
I'm not trying to send a signal
president,
here.
is somebody who 3 years ago
Somebody 3 years
nominated
ago,
Director Comey
Director
because he's a
Comey,
man of character,
because he's a man of character,
he's a man of
integrity.
principle. He is somebody
He
who's
is someone
had a distinguished
distinguished
career
speaker
that's
series
been rooted in making sure that his own
from
political
Nancy
views don't
Williams'
interfere with his
department.
responsibilities
Who was Nancy Williams?
as an attorney or as an
As an attorney that
law
sounds like
enforcement
Judge Ito.
So, look, the president thinks very highly.
Very
of Director
highly.
Comey. And yes, you can.
And
assume
yes,
that he,
it is.
continues to have
I
confidence. in his
continue to have a Pam Leslie court
Thanks, Josh.
trial.
The president's,
Thank you,
mantra
Nancy
for
Williams
no
and
drama
Lance Allen
and
Ito.
don't do stupid
Thank you,
stuff.
guys.
I just have
We've
to
got
wonder
it.
where he is on
We're in
this
an hour.
email.
You're editing yourself.
We've got it.
It just
This is
it
a
goes
family
on.
program here, Kevin.
Absolutely right. It goes on and on and on. And I'm just wondering, given what you said earlier about
Today's
wanting
show
to
sponsored by
scrupulously
We Just
avoid
Got
any
It.
appearance of
Doctor of
impropriety, do you
Osteopathy.com.
believe, or
Ear,
would the
nose, and
president believe
throat.
now's the time for a special prosecutor in this circumstance?
Well, again, the president. has
Again,
rejected
check the
it all.
registry of
As I mentioned
narcotics.
earlier, the
Why is he prescribing that? Like,
investigation
seriously.
that was conducted by by
Why
the
is he
Department
giving
of
away
Justice
free
and the FBI
medicine?
was a thorough one.
That's
And
more
one
than a
that
friend.
Director Comey, for better or worse, has
Yeah, he's
thoroughly
giving us
explained.
free samples.
And I don't think that after considering
So he's your friend
what
boy.
Director Comey has
He's
put
your friend
forward, that
boy,
anybody
and that's what we said.
would conclude that
You got it. He's a
he
friend
somehow
boy.
gave
Free medicine.
short
Thank
shrift
you. Legrady.
to answering the questions that were posed in the context of the
Random court.
investigation.
Random
Again,
court.
that's all based
Slow nose.
on
Man.
his public statements.
Yeah, he's your friend boy. I agree.
The White House,
Those medicines
nor I,
cost you a lot of money.
nor anybody here has been briefed
It's
on
a
those
gift.
investigations. But based on his public
He's giving us
statements, I think,
$1,000 worth of
it's
medicine
quite
for
clear that
free.
a thorough investigation has been conducted.
It's a friend boy.
And that investigation was conducted
That
free of any
investigation
sort of
was
political
conducted.
interference, from the White House.
It was a woo
There
for
are
the
no
other
separate
surgery.
decisions that were made with regard to
He's wooing
communicating
us for the real surgery.
information from that
Information.
investigation to the public.
Public.
And as I
And
mentioned earlier, only
2004 became 2008.
Information public or to communicate it.
It's like buying someone a drink at the bar.
Be careful not to criticize.
Here's some
but I'm
free
curious,
Allegra
do you
D.
see it as partisan in
Yeah,
any
he
way?
bought us a free drink of Allegra
No,
D.
as I mentioned earlier, the president's got
He bought us a
confidence
drink.
that Director Comey is.
That's how some people are shading it. There's
Thank you, Doctor
early on, especially
Osteopathy.
back in July, there were a number of
He bought us a drink of Allegra
of
D
the right who
and
were
a drink of
suggesting,
Rhino
you know
Court
what, if you didn't
and a
listen to
drink
us now,
of
you should have
Darmicet.
proceeded with an indictment.
That's
And
a
now,
woo,
here over the
you
last
know?
72
That's a
hours,
woo.
many on the left are suggesting
He's
he
trying
did
to
this
woo
right
us
before the
with
election.
free
It was
medicine.
completely out of bounds. There is this
Today's show is sponsored
narrative
by
that some people feel like
freemedicine.com.
somehow
Tom
the
Ford,
director, rightly or wrongly, has been partisan to the president.
The
Tom
president
Frieden.
is completely confident that Director
Yeah, Tom
Comey has
Frieden's
not taken any
department.
steps to try to intentionally influence the outcome of the election or to advantage
Or to
one candidate or one
advantage
political party.
political
About
party.
the emails,
You
and I
can
know
give us free
you and I
medicine.
can't talk about some of the specifics, but I'm just curious about the Uma Abedin shared email account with Anthony Weiner, former congressman. Is there any reason that the White House has any concern that the president
Today's show is sponsored by
emails may have
SteamPower.com. Featuring
that
Call of Duty.
computer in
It's
any
virtual
way?
reality, not
I
reality.
think that, as has been, if the public
SteamPower.com.
reports are true, nobody knows what's on that computer. And I'm not going to speculate about what may.
I'm not going to speculate
Answer this question
that we're in an hour.
Is there a reason the president would use an alias or a pseudonym when
They've been in an hour forever.
Congress in particular, or even with
We'll give you a call within an hour,
Is that
okay?
true? And so what?
I don't know.
We're just not in the op-ed.
Members of Congress. What I can tell you is that
We're
the
not in the
president's
op-ed
email system,
news. Oh, they just
has
tweeted.
a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
got
built-in
it. Yeah.
security measures, including an
We're not in the
alias,
op-ed
as
right
we
now.
discussed
We'll
here
give you a
before.
call in an hour.
It would be foolish to give the president the
And by that time,
Obama
you'll
at
get an
whitehouse.gov.
Lyft ride for $7.31.
So it's not Barack Obama. Not that I haven't tried that one. Let me lastly ask you about something.
We're in a red
that,
vehicle Lyft.
Your usual pivot is these are private emails that were
Thank you, Lyft, for
obtained legally
$7.31.
or surreptitiously, but I do
We're
think
in an
it
hour.
bears the question about the suggestion that Donna Brazile, the acting DNC leader.
Today's show is sponsored by Verizon.
Now deposed,
Great iPhone,
Senator
amazing
Rossiter Schultz
prices.
may have
I'm
been
an IMS
aiding
currency.
the
Tell them I
Clinton
sent you
campaign.
there, and you get up to
Questions
$200
leading
off.
up to town hall events
Only at
and
Verizon
others sort of
and an IMS
giving
currency.
her an inside scoop. What do you
Oh,
say
and
to those
IMS,
Bernie
should we get a
Sanders
discount
backers
with
who
your
feel
name?
like the fix was in from the
Tell them I
very
sent you
outset?
there.
And should Donna Brazile, in your opinion, if
An
this turns out
IMS.
to be true, step down from her position at the DNC?
No, the president believes that she's
The
done a fine
president
job
believes
stepping in a very difficult situation.
That
to
Farrow
lead,
and Givens.
the Democratic Party.
Explain what? What are they explaining?
Look, those of us who've known Donna a long time know that she
It's
is a
just
person
objective of
integrity,
office.
and a person of high character. She's a true professional who
King
is a
Tut only
tenacious
works
and
here
effective
because
advocate, for Democrats.
he's giving people
And
stuff.
She uses that skill
That's
regularly on
correct.
television. She has been using that skill regularly as a party official.
Regularly,
And I for one am pretty excited about
that
the fact
friend
we've
boy
got
case
Last
explains it
question,
all.
make sure I drill
Literally.
down on your answer. If it turns out
Bro,
that
he's
she
your friend
did
boy. What else can we
tip
do?
the scales or put her hand on the scale for Secretary Clinton and didn't handle it evenly as a member of the leadership of the DNC, that's okay with
Thank you,
Well, I
Judge
don't think she
Farrow,
was
for
the
your
leader of the,
$7,500 bail
on the DNC leadership at the time
with the 11
of these of the debates.
of the
I think
debates.
during my understanding is
My
should check with the DNC on
understanding
this, but that
is
during the primary she
during the
was,
primary.
not affiliated with the DNC.
Let's play more for the interview.
Margaret.
Has the president spoken with Attorney General
Do you
about
think-
this issue and her apparent disagreement with the FBI director?
He is not.
You know.
And when exactly did the White House find out about
Do you
the
think?
FBI letter?
Do you think?
As my
Do you
colleague
think?
Eric, in answering this question last
Do you
week,
think about
told
that?
you all, the White
What
House
are they
was not-
talking about
was not
here?
given advance knowledge of the decision by the FBI
I think
director to
with
submit
that.
this letter to Congress.
I think with that.
So, we learned about
I
this
think
letter
with
the same
that.
time all of you did.
The media?
That's correct.
That's correct.
When
Thank you, Mr.
were
Ernst.
Speaking earlier, you used the language saying the president does not believe that Comey.
I'm very
intentionally tried
excited to do
influence
today's show.
the
I'm an
election.
Amos Currency.
Attorney-
I'm wearing
former
savvy from head to toe.
ATR holder
I did
said,
everything you wanted me
that
to
this is a
do.
serious
You
error,
wanted. I'm an
intentionally
Amos
severe.
Currency. It's on the best in
Whether or not
stores.
this was
Audio experience,
intentional,
11 songs.
Is there a concern that this
I'm
could
in an
have
hour.
indeed
Motivational
potentially
speaker.
severe
Richest man in America. Universe.
Well, we
World.
certainly have already
Galaxy. Save me some of that peach copper.
Some of Secretary Clinton's harshest
Save me
critics
some highest
capitalized
paid singer in the world.
on this letter,
Tweet us via early or late
distort
at FRESH
contents.
underscore
to provoke controversy.
ought to provoke controversy.
I made
Jordan,
reference earlier to the
JORDNZ, that's
chairman of the
correct.
House Judiciary
Every 20
Committee
minutes of the hour, I wish I could do the
who
ceremony.
committed the classic Washington gaffe
I wish I could do it.
of saying something in public that everyone secretly knows
I
is
think
true,
with a,
which is that House Republicans
think with
are
her.
already plotting the impeachment
I think with her.
of Hillary Clinton.
Thank you.
Even though she
Remember,
hadn't been elected
311
president yet.
ought to speed your screening process of your new president, Alexei. Right.
That was based on
That was based
questions that he
on
was receiving about
the
the
Mark
letter.
Carmen interview
In the same
on Oprah.
interview, he referred to substantial
Based on that,
information.
us to be allotted liquids must be
being
in a
included in
3-ounce
those
size
emails.
container. American,
At the time that he
American,
made that
United.
statement,
Fly
all the
with us.
reports
My
indicated
frequent flyer number
the
starts with 422
director of the FBI hadn't even
Director of
had an opportunity to
AT&T.
review those emails.
in Oklahoma City.
I think that's
Remember
Exhibit A
2511 18 USC for
of how
intercepting
partisans
wire
in
oral,
Congress
and electronic communication.
have sought political advantage
Joe, whoa, Joe, whoa.
through the disclosure of this information. That's why these kinds of guidelines
That's
are so
why
important.
it's a new prohibition. We can't talk about it.
And that's why
Where does it
adherence
go?
to these guiguidelines have served our country so well for a long time.
So well,
This-
it's
this
the
strength of
new
our democracy
prohibition.
depends on it.
2511.
Previously has
Today's
said
show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law,
he
America's
was
first legal attorney. I'm a nameless currency. We make the law sound wonderful the way it should have been. Retroactive law. Besides
Has
everything.
weighed in on this generally as saying
I love the
this is a
song.
little
Close the doors,
distraction.
seatbelts. The
Um,
music
does
will
he
sink
still believe
into
that?
the sound system. Temperatures on 67 degrees. We're in a luxury 2017. Luxury from me to you. You can ride with us. You can, I'm sorry, you can roll your windows up. You can roll your windows down. You can ride with us.
Justice in the FBI to talk about this investigation in public.
They want to be in our
President himself is
business.
somewhat
Our 23
dismissive about
enterprises.
using that
So
language,
they
saying
can't.
it didn't jeopardize national security to begin
You can ride
with.
with us
It was
in our
careless.
business. To get the finer things in life.
It's not criminal.
Right.
So
Right.
dismissing
Thank you,
the
Mr.
premise of
Ernst.
investigation, but then, I mean, is this all just procedural items that you
Who
think
wants to
this
be in our
hubbub is about at
business?
this
Well,
My
even when
Shake
making those
titled
comments,
album
the
is
president specified
available
in the same
on
interview in response to
YouTube.
the same question that the Department
Amber.
of Justice had at the time
YouTube
and
Red.
continues to have a responsibility
Stream VS's new album.
to follow the
Available
facts
on
where they lead.
YouTube.
This is
Featuring
why we
Don't
ask
Susan.
career
Don't
prosecutors
Keep
to
Rapper.
set aside
Do
their
you
own
know?
political views and their political interests.
Where are
These kinds of
they?
investigations. This is what the nature of an
You've got the
independent
D-list.
investigation is, which is that even
Hello,
though
the D-list. How are you?
this is the good this
Snowden.
is the best way I
Snowden's
think
on the
to
D-list.
describe the situation. It's
Snowden.
no secret that President Obama
Snowden's
is a
on the
strong and enthusiastic supporter of Secretary Clinton.
D-list. No wonder why your name's
But he also
Verizon.
expects
You got
the
it.
Department of
Today's show is
Justice,
sponsored by Verizon.
including
On
some
the
of the officials that
D-list.
he
Get great,
appointed, like the
amazing
Attorney General and
phones
the FBI,
at great, amazing
to fulfill their
prices.
basic responsibilities.
Get a device that everyone's
Even if
talking
that
about.
means investigating
Only on the Next Gen Network.
a candidate for
Only
president
on
that he's
Verizon.
endorsed. That's the president's commitment
That's not
to
happening.
his institutional responsibilities as president of the United
This is
States.
anonymous. That's why I'm
Set aside
here.
his own political views
Preventing
from his institutional
these Mark
responsibilities.
Furman
And his
interviews
institutional
on the same
responsibility
day.
is
September
don't interfere
20th.
with the DOJ investigation. And that's something that we have scrupulously
They're
followed.
in an investigation.
The president will avoid mentioning this issue in any and all campaign events
I think
for
it
the
was
next
possible.
few weeks.
I think it was
Again,
possible.
fortunately, there's only another week or so to go.
I think Wither.
I
I think it was possible.
When I say that. But yes,
Can we
I would
confirm my
anticipate that the president
client's
will speak
objective of
publicly
being
quite a bit
on
over the course
us?
of this week. I would not expect a dramatic change to the president's speech that you all have heard him deliver, indicating his very strong
A dramatic
support, for
change.
Secretary Clinton and his view
A
that the outcome of
deficiency.
this
Can we
election is
just be
critically important to the future.
specific on
Will you
change?
make a pointed
Are we
decision to
talking about a
avoid commenting on
deficiency?
this
One
because of
penny.
all the concerns about
A
Again,
deficiency.
The president,
One
prior to
penny.
Friday's letter, was not
A
spending a lot of
deficiency.
time dwelling
1
on this
cent.
topic, and I would anticipate a
You got it,
significant change in
anonymous.
some.
Thank you.
And lastly,
You're
I just want to go
welcome.
back to the Harry Reid question about what he was
Please refer to
implying
this
about,
interview on
Donald
YouTube
Trump
for
and the
our
Russian government.
source
Since the
of our
DNI
excerpt.
has said that there was
Here's the link, guys. It's on our
Russian effort
YouTube.
from the top down to influence the election. When you said that you haven't been briefed on whether there's an actual connection to the
We want to thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys on the re-air.
If there were
I'm anonymous
information along
currency,
these lines,
irreconcilable,
is this
the
the kind of
black
thing that
Okay, good luck.
Again, I think this sort of falls into
I'm
the
in an hour.
category
I'm in an hour.
of a decision that has to be made by officials of the Department of Justice and the FBI.
I'm in an hour.
They can speak to whether or not there's an investigation that's ongoing.
I'm
And
going.
if there is, they can speak to what
There-
that investigation has uncovered.
That investigation has
And
been
ultimately,
uncovered.
It will be up to them to decide,
Thank you guys.
consistent with the guidelines that I've laid out.
This all
How
is
much
in chronological
of that
order
investigation
to
takes over.
2010.
you don't hear they're withholding
And we arrived
information
4
as
years
being
later.
implied here by Harry Reid?
Again, it's
We've
just
arrived
hard
5
for me
years later.
to say that because I
For
don't
2
know whether
years
there's
to
actual
play.
investigation even ongoing. Okay, Kenneth.
Today's show is sponsored by chronological order.
Everything the White House has learned to date about
She looks like my Malibu.
latest probe by the
We've
FBI
gotta
into
know.
Hillary